Hi everyone, this is Telts from Exodias Exalted. I'm going to be showing you some replays from our past two wars. So let's go ahead and get started with a Town Hall 10 Goho attack on a Town Hall 10 from Exodias. This was a great attack by Exodias and one that was very exciting to watch. He's going to do a 5 golem Goho attack on this base. Starts off by dropping all 5 golems in the southern tier of the base. Drops a few wizards to help create a funnel for his heroes. Wizards start doing work. He can go ahead and drop his Archer Queen because he doesn't have to worry about her going shopping this time. Golems go in through the jump spell, which is going to help lure the CC, have a bunch up in all one spot. Drops a raise spell to go ahead and work through the Archer Queen, work through those early entry buildings, and kill the CC if there's any issues with that. He did not want to waste any of his hero's abilities that early on in the base. Thankfully, he doesn't have to worry about that with those great spells. Now, all Inferno Towers are effectively distracted by his golems, by his heroes, so there won't be an issue. Right now, the Barbarian King is distracted by the golems and heroes, but decides to glitch and go across the base and attack hogs instead. Now, Exodias went ahead and raised his king once the other king was locked on, but just happened to get screwed by that. So the king is just hitting with a little wet noodle against little Lego walls. And so he kind of just dies and uses rage for no reason. Alright, now this king is level 21. At this point, that level king is able to two-shot hogs. So it really hurts the attack that the king wasn't taken down. But that was not a fault in planning, just bad luck with AI. Hogs will work around the base. Still has a lot of hogs left at this point. Only 2 defenses left. Still has double-digit hogs. Now, if the Barbarian King was down, look at the time. He had about a minute 20 left. Cleanup would not be an issue if the Barbarian King was not alive. Now the Hog's just going to work in reverse, go back around counterclockwise this time to clean up the base. The King's in there, 2-shot and Hogs. Even with that bunch of Hogs right there, they were not able to take down the King. If you watch the side of Raid, the King takes down over half the Hogs. But it's still going to be a high percentage attack. Great attack. Awesome strat by Exodias. Just going to speed it up. Alright, the king gets to the other hogs. This time the hogs take them out. But unfortunately, there is a time limit on attacks. The time limit does expire on Exodias at the high 90 percentile attack. Great attack anyway. Alright, next I'm going to bring you an attack from Jamie. This is a common base that you Town Hall 10s will see. It can be annoying to hit sometimes for beginning Town Hall 10s just because it looks like a pathing nightmare. But Jamie is going to show you how to expertly hit this base to start every single time. He drops the golem up in 2 corners, in the north and in the west. Those golems are the point was to destroy those defenses in those areas so that he could sit his golems and some P.E.K.K.A.s and his heroes up through straight towards the core without being distracted to go on a nice little stroll that we all hate. So he gets everything to the core. The CC troops help pull him in also. There's wizards up top kill the king, which ends up being good, so you know his queen doesn't go for a walk. Jamie's already in the core of the base, 40-something%. You already know he's going to get a Town Hall. He's got his queen ability. Town Hall goes down. Now we already know he's going to get the 2-star out of this. It was a great attack. Guys, gals, I would say if you see this base hit it exactly the same way, you execute it, you will 2-star it every single time. No more troubles with pathing. Great job showing a little guide for us, Jamie. Alright, since we already knew what was going to happen, skip the next one. This is going to be a base hit by MJ. This is another base. You see this a lot. The purpose of this base is not to be hard to get to the core, but that once you get to the core, there's going to be so many point defenses, splash defense, hitting everything inside that you're only end up with a 1-star attack. Now, this strat was seen earlier by Jamie hit this base very similarly. It's a 6 golem strat. Golems, wizards, 1 P.E.K.K.A., 6 golems, heroes. Don't need any wall breakers. MJ brought some cleanup troops. You really don't even need to worry about that, but why not just in case? On this base design, the army camps will always be open up. Alright, everything starts going in. You gotta be careful with that jump spell. Miss jump, bad raid. Alright, so he rages in. Just actually helps the golems clear out those point defenses that are around there. So everything will start funneling in. Golems, P.E.K.K.A, heroes are in the core. Now, he chose to bring two freezes just because it wasn't double in front of tower. There was a single target in front of tower. If there is a double in multi, if there's two multi in front of towers, you really only need to bring one, and you can go ahead and bring another jump. Two jumps. If everything works in your favor, as in all the defenses are distracted by your golems, you do have a potential to 3-star this base. But as I'm saying, things need to go in your favor. As you can see, both heroes were targeted by the outside archer towers. Ends up slowing up the raid, but look, there's tons of golem help still left. If the heroes were fine, didn't get targeted, could have cleared out even more. Great attack, MJ. Alright, now we're going to go watch what I consider the most exciting one to watch in our previous war. I mean, so many things went wrong in this raid, but it ends up being a 3-star. I mean, clan chat was going nuts. So Estrada starts off by dropping a giant, the tank for his hogs. As the hogs go in, they need to destroy that one defense to get inside of the range of the CC lure. He's going to bring a lone archer down to help bring the CC. He's going to let this archer die. Alright, archer dies, drops a giant so that the CC will get into a nice little line. Angles up his kill squad to go kill the enemy CC. Drops his archer queen to help out. Now it's very important that you want to save as many of your kill squad troops as possible to help out with your raid. If he didn't have all his kill squad troops still up, it wouldn't have been a 3-star. He tries to drop his Barb King. Barb King goes in and kills the enemy archer queen. Now he streams his hogs in. He didn't think about trying to watch out for this. 2 big bombs go off right off the bat. Loses some hogs there. But luckily enough split out to the sides that they survived. He's going out clearing the base. You can look in the bottom. 2 witches still alive. Those skeletons are going around the base clearing out. He's got his queen down bottom clearing out. 2 bombs. And he drops his loons up top too early because the AD is still up. Lost the loons. You know, didn't get the archer towers before of it. Was really worried about time at this point. He ends up earlier wasting his archer queen spell down south, which we know. Whew. So everything's still clearing out. His guy's king's still alive. All the wizards from his kill squad are still up. Both witches are still up, and his both heroes are still up right now. I mean, it helped out tremendously. Archer queens will end up going down south. The king is bashed on a wall. He looks like he has no health. Very small sliver. But he's actually going to survive for the rest of the raid. Tanking for the wizards and witches. The witches are going to handle the town hall. The king's going to start going towards that compartment with the last 2 defenses. Alright, starts getting a little bit closer. Town hall went down. Look at the skeletons just beating on the wall. And I'm going to say, guys, who says walls don't matter? If these walls were upgraded, this guy wouldn't have been 3-stars, so I guess he needs to farm a little bit more. Alright, all those skeletons just eating through those skull walls. I mean, this literally, he 3-starred at the last second of the raid. Upgrade your walls, don't get 3-stars easily. There we go. 3's a 3. Good job, Strata. Alright, next we're going to see a Go La Loon brought to you by Michi. He's going to start off by dropping a golem in the northeast part of the base, making sure that he wants to get into that compartment. Golem goes in, takes from the point defenses while Wizards creates a funnel for his heroes. Times the mortar shots and sends in his wall breakers. Very important not to rush in your wall breakers. You don't get into that compartment, your heroes go shopping, and no one's going to want that but the enemy, so just be patient. Heroes start to work their way selves into it. CC bunches up, drops a lightning spell. Now recently there's been a ton of videos out there showing you how lightning spells do have a predicted path based on the number of spell it is that you used. Heroes got everything they wanted, sweeps into his lava hounds in an angle format to hit any mines so to save his loons. Drops his ray spell a little too far out, would have liked it seen a little bit more in, covering up the AD. Does the same a little bit in the south. Really didn't need to rush that, but it's okay. He's got all the pups are going to do their work, help clean up. Drops his hound and loons on the last side of the base. This time, perfect lightning. Notice how the edges and inside of the raid spell covers up all defenses in that compartment. Now your loons only need to be on the edge of the raid spell to still get the rage, so plan around that. Only 3 defenses left, has enough loons up, that's not going to be an issue. There's lots of lava pups up, working away, spread out nicely on the base, so that you already know that cleanup won't be an issue, time won't be an issue. Sometimes that your hounds pop in bad spots. They stay next to a Tesla, next to a Expo starts targeting them. It's going to clean up your lava pups way too quickly, and that's going to hurt your cleanup so much. So what I like to do on bases that aren't spread out, and what I do suggest to everyone else, is to try to save a loon if possible, because that one loon you can drop on the opposite edge of the base from your other set of loons that are already bunched up, and that way you know you don't have to worry about any cleanup on the other side of the base. Loons move so slow, and it sucks to see bases not get cleaned up because loons are so slow and you run out of time. But great attack by Michi. Next we're going to see a 3 golem go ho by Guy. It is a surgical hog. It is what all the rage is right now. It really helps doing these type of attacks when you have 20 plus heroes, because your heroes alone will take out a third of the base. I mean, what's the complaint about that? So make sure you do spend your time, farm your DE, upgrade your heroes. It will help with your attacks more than anything. Has this funnel. Everything's going to go into the base. 3 golems work their way in. Got a nice little spread on them. Queen's there. BK goes in. Alright, CC starts funneling out. Really, you just need to make sure you get that witch. Wizards don't really matter too much. Didn't quite get it, but did clear out all the skeletons faster than she could respawn it, so it wasn't an issue. The king's in there, taking out the archer queen, so no issue there. Drops a giant to tank for his hogs, tank for some of the point defenses. His heroes are still working on that side. See, heroes do work when behind those golems. This was a first attack on this base, by the way, which helps a lot when you do the surgical hogs. You don't have to worry about where the bombs are so much, where are all the traps. This base actually has some pretty decent traps in it. A lot of the hogs do get spring trap, do trigger all the bombs, but it's only 1 or 2 hogs at a time. Doesn't hurt anything. Save a cleanup wizard for down south, just like when I said for the loon on the last video. In this case it's hogs, so you have wizards. Don't drop all your wizards on your entry. Make sure you save 1 or 2, unless things just go really bad. Save 1 or 2 to help with cleanup. Hogs are the same thing like loons. They are faster, but not that quick, because they don't do that much damage. So unless you just have a ton left, you're not going to clean up fast. You're going to need some help for your hogs. His archer queen is still up, hitting walls. So useful. The ultimate wall breaker. But look, she has full health. Still got all these golemites going on. So, alright. Almost done cleaning up. His hogs did sprick nicely on this base. Didn't bunch up. They help with even cleanup. Alright, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed these war replays. Tune in next time for more war attacks by Exodias Exalted.